Hey YouTube, Christian Prepper here with you today, and just been thinking a lot about prepping. I've been prepping about 4 years now, and I've always been kind of a Boy Scout mentality. Always kind of had that mentality of being prepared, but as far as officially prepping for a severe economic depression, about 4 years now, and I just got to thinking about all the things that I had bought and all the things I had done. And, some of the things really give me a lot of comfort in knowing that I have. And then some things, when I look at them, I think to myself, what in the world was I thinking about when I bought that? And a lot of new people out here just kind of waking up. And kind of what I wanted to do was talk about some of the things that maybe gives you a lot of comfort and a lot of confidence that you've done to prep for what's coming, and then maybe some of the things that you've messed up on doing. Some of the things that you've bought that seemed like a good idea at the time, but now that you look back on it, you probably wouldn't do it again. And I just want to go over a list of the stuff that really gives me a lot of comfort in knowing that I know what's coming. I don't know when it's going to hit. I know what I've done, but one thing that gives me a lot of comfort is just knowing that I've mentally prepared myself. I played football back in high school, and I wrestled on the wrestling team back in high school. And I have rental property now, and I have to do remodeling jobs and stuff like that when people move out. And being mentally prepared is important, whether it be for a ball game, whether it be for a wrestling match, or whether it be for a remodeling job. Just knowing what you're going to need, knowing what you're up against, and you can kind of plan everything out. It makes everything go a lot smoother. And I don't think a lot of people is mentally prepared now. You need to face the fact that if everything does fall apart, you might have to kill your neighbor. You might have to at least point your gun at him and let him know you're serious. And that's something that's a real threat that we might have to go through. And it gives me comfort knowing that me and my wife have accepted that and that we're mentally prepared the best we can be for what's coming. Another thing that gives me a lot of comfort in knowing that I've done is bought guns. Now, I've always hunted, and I was raised on a farm, and where I live, it's kind of a rural area, and everybody hunts and fishes, and I've always had hunting rifles, but I didn't really have any high-capacity rifles. The gun on the right there, the rifle's a 300 Magnum. It's a Browning 300 Magnum bolt action. It holds 4 shells. Now, when you hit something with it, it'll cut it to flip, but you got 4 shells, and it's a bolt action. So if I have a gang of people rushing my house, that's not going to do me a lot of good. The gun beside it there in the middle is an AR-10, 308 caliber. It's got a 20-round clip. I got several clips with it. And I got several AR-10s like that. I can turn a group of people around coming at my house. The gun on the other side on the left there is an AR-15. It has a 30-round clip. I have a high-capacity rifle for every person in my house. And I have enough ammunition to shoot. A lot of people will go out and spend $3,500 on a nice assault rifle, and then they don't have any ammunition. Well, without any ammunition, it's just a high-dollar club. You got to have ammunition. Buy you a base model rifle. But those rifles give me a lot of confidence in knowing that I can stop somebody coming at my house. You're not going to stop them with a 30-06. It's got plenty of power. You just don't have enough ammunition. You're not going to stop them with a 44 Magnum. That pistol in front of those rifles, that's a 44 Magnum. It's a great pistol. Smooth shooting. It'll knock down whatever you hit, but you got 6 shots. That's it. By the time you reload, they're going to be on to you. You need a high-capacity gun, where it be an AK-47, an AR-15, an AR-10, whatever you decide to buy. Buy something with high capacity that you can turn a crowd around coming at your house. That gives me a lot of confidence. Another thing that gives me a lot of confidence is installing a security system in my home. And I'll try to put a link below this video of a guy on eBay that sells security system. It's the best deal that I found. I got his name from another YouTuber and just kind of went off his word to order this thing. And it's great. For the price, you can't beat it. You can buy a nice security system for your home for a little over $100. You just can't beat that. As well as I've bought outside monitors that I can monitor my property. I bought a German Shepherd, a male German Shepherd puppy, and he's getting on up in age now. He's 8-9 months old now, and he's a deterrent. People that come to my house and they hear him, they don't want to come in my house anymore. You know, they're afraid, and I can imagine how a burglar would be. And just the awareness that we have on security since I've started thinking about this kind of stuff, you know, just having contingency plans, you know, boarding up our windows if we need to, that kind of thing. That gives me a lot of comfort in knowing that we've thought about that, we've prepared for it, and we have those kind of plans and those supplies in place. Another thing that gives me a lot of comfort is the food that I bought that was ready to eat. I bought a lot of freeze-dried food that you just add water to, you add hot water to. I consider that ready to eat. You don't really have to cook it. It's already cooked. You just have to hydrate it, as well as a lot of canned goods that we've rotated. Later on, after I started prepping, I bought a lot of beans and wheat and rice and stuff like that. And, you know, I really don't know if I'd have bought that kind of goods again if I had my time to go over. Just because if we do go into a severe depression, you need to be as stealthy as possible. And by that I mean, you know, if people are walking the roads and they're hungry, you don't want to be at your house cooking, you know, a big pot of pinto beans and cornbread and, you know, a chicken. You just don't want to draw that kind of attention. I just soon to open a can of food. I'm used to eating that type of food, and I know it's not going to mess with my digestive system, and I don't have to fool with preparing it. And I think I would have bought a lot more canned food if I had my time to go over. It's a little harder to rotate, but it's ready to eat. You don't have to cook it. You're not going to draw attention. Another thing that gives me a lot of comfort that I've done in my preparedness is I had a well put down on my property. I know I can get fresh water. Without electricity, I can get water out of my well. I also, you know, I go to Sam's and buy bottled water by the pallets, and we use it. Instead of buying it 1 or 2 cases at a time, I buy 1 or 2 pallets at a time. I call Sam's, they order it in for me. I pull around to the dock, they help me load it, and it's not a big hassle to do. And it's on hand if I need it. Another thing that gives me a lot of comfort is my medical supplies. The YouTube channel Patriot Nurse is something that you need to go watch her videos. It's worth the time you'll spend. She gives you a lot of heads up on things that I never considered. And she has a real sweet spirit about her. And I think she's doing what she's doing for the right reason. And I watch her a good bit, all her videos. And I've took a lot of her advice, and I'm really glad that I did, because it gives me a lot of confidence. You don't know how many times over the last couple of years that we've run out of something in my home, and I say, well, I have that in storage. I can just come get it. And that goes for over-the-counter medications as well as prescription type drugs that my family has to have. And then the last thing that I got wrote down here is just the research that I've done. You know, reading on the internet, where I used to be on some type of site with jokes, or just reading something that wasn't productive. You know, now when I'm on the internet, I'm more in research mode. I'm reading about medicines or different techniques of doing things, first aid type stuff. And that type of research starts you a survival notebook, and that'll really come in handy one day, I believe. Just knowing that type of stuff. You don't have to memorize all of it. Just have it in a notebook to where you can refer back to it. Don't have it on your computer. You might not be able to use your computer. But anyway, guys, that's just a few of the things that I've done that gives me a lot of confidence. You know, comment and some of the things that you've done that gives you a lot of confidence, as well as some of the things that you've done that that you kind of dread doing, or you kind of regret doing, I should say. And it may save somebody else some time and some money. Talk to you guys later.